this made me want to buy more guns. It did not make me want to say, hold up, gun control. It made me want to, like, I text you, like, I'm buying a bulletproof vest. I'm going in.
You need one for the kids. Get a family pack.
My baby is going to get a bulletproof book bag.
You have to go to Costco.
Bulletproof book bag.
Or Sam's.
Somebody going to have.
Or BJ's. Somebody big.
Somebody.
Because you're going to need a family pack, man.
All day. That's what it made me want to do. It made me want to get prepared.
So
it didn't make me want to say, hey, government who has been failing on everything else, even your police officers, they did a stand-up job. How about I just rely on you to take everybody's gun or not allow them? They can't even agree on anything. So why would I wait for them to do anything? I want to go grab my own gun and let's do this.
So you're going to protect yourself.
Do it,
you're going to take the law into your own hands.
And then
she needs to call me when she needs a bond.
Rather to be judged by 12 than being carried by 6.
Twofold question.
I'm ready when you are.
Hey,
you should have the phone number by heart.
I do know it.
Twofold question.
Welcome to another episode of Diva Court.
We in this bitch.
Oh, Father. I'm your host, Marsha Mignon, and with me is my co-diva.
It's Dana.
Tire slashing Smith, that would be.
And what, you got yellow on now, so you just smiling and sun shining and up in here?
I'm shining. Can y'all see all the shine? Put your shades on for this show.
I'm loving this side ponytail you rocking.
Oh, thank you.
They told me I need to be closer to the mic.
Well, at least you're using it.
So I'm going to start speaking like this.
We're not responsible for what she's going to say.
I'm about to say some real beep that out today.
Okay. Well, then guess what? The things we're going to talk about is not legal advice. These are topics that we're not going to purchase, people.
But it will be street justice.
Oh, you're going to give some street
all
justice?
All day, because that's all I can do, because I'm from Detroit.
And you know, in Detroit, what they do, they fall on the ground when they get beat up.
Oh, that don't never happen.
Okay.
For me.
Y'all remember them fight stories we've talked about?
Yeah, we can come back to that later.
This show, ladies and gentlemen, once again, is for edutainment purposes only.
Yes.
We want you to look for our episodes every week on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. And be sure.
I need to get like a microphone, but then I realized like there is a microphone.
And you continue to refuse to use it.
That is true.
The producer would like you to use your microphone, madame. Maybe you should position your mic where you like it so you can.
This is how I drive. I'm just have it like right here.
You're just going to drive?
Stay in this area.
You're going to sit like you drive? She's driving, okay?
Shoulders back, tummy's tucked. Ain't nobody told me my tummy be out. And I don't appreciate that. They should have said something.
Well, it's a sign of motherhood.
I need you to finish.
Can I? Because you've been cutting me off ever since I started.
A little bit.
You sure? Be sure to catch our videos and all this cray-cray each week on YouTube. We do have this episode sponsored by Cutie Nails.
Hey, Cutie.
Cutie Nails and Spa in Midtown, offering manicures, pedicures, facials, and ladies, don't forget your lashes.
Get your lashes. I really need to go get my nails done.
Well, then
I don't mean to put it out there like that.
Then
but
no cutie has seen you in a long time.
No, they have not.
She needs to go enjoy a spa experience and let a team of cuties take care of you.
Hey,
okay, topic number 1. Uvalde, Texas. Yes. First of all, on behalf of Diva Court and all the Diva Court support staff, we would like to send our condolences to the entire families of everyone that's injured, everyone that's affected, and everyone in that community.
I was going to say, should we have like a moment of silence, but we don't have enough time for that.
Well, I don't think she knows how to be silent. Okay, and that's the problem we
That
have.
wasn't funny,
on
but I was
Diva
really
Court.
thinking like we should do like a moment of silence. Like, how long is a moment?
You don't know, and I don't think you know how to be quiet for a moment. So we won't
really
do
true.
a moment of silence
I used
because
to
my
get-
co-diva does not know how to be silent.
I used to get 3s in school.
Is that what it was for
Yeah.
conduct?
Yeah.
I thought that was your grade.
That would be B's though. If it was my grade, which it wasn't because I was a straight A student, that would be B's. A 3 is a B
Oh, okay.
in basic public school.
Like be quiet.
Moving along.
Detroit has been pumping them out, and I just don't know.
Maybe try to double team me.
Is that what it is? Superintendent of the school system in Detroit.
You know,
They need to watch. They need to see what they produce.
Stellar
fine.
representation.
Listen, I'm okay with who I am.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
I am so
At least they
satisfied.
produced that.
Yes.
I am
confidence.
so satisfied. And obviously,
Confidence.
I'm competent enough to be on this show.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Amen and amen.
All right, moving along to Texas.
Moving right along to Texas. I am so angry, like everybody else. I am so outraged. I am so sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
So let's break it down for the people. How could you have a young man, one, that shoots 10 minutes before he arrives at the school? And the protocol is supposed to be if there's a shooting close to the school is supposed to immediately go on lockdown. One, that did not happen. Let's talk about mistake number 2. Number 2 is this young man goes into the building and starts shooting, and police arrive 4 minutes
How
after.
did he get in?
Well, he got in through an open door, which is how schools are. They have open
Like
doors.
the front door or like the back door?
It was a
side
back door.
Okay.
It was a back door.
All right.
But he enters the school. 4 minutes after he enters the school, the police, law enforcement arrives and does nothing. They make one attempt to enter the building, and after gunfire, they retreat.
Did they walk out?
They retreated. No, they didn't walk out. They ran out. Okay? So this is the police that everybody is saying, let's arm with more armor. Yet when they have the armor and the mass shooter is inside, they don't do anything.
Well, maybe that's why we probably don't need to defund the police, because we need to train better.
Well, if we weren't wasting the money on the tanks that we've militarized the police with, and we were using it on training.
Did they have a tank at the
I don't
at the
even
school?
know if they have a tank, but they needed one at the school. And based on the stories that the children have been telling, the kids probably been better at having the weapons, because it sounded like they were smarter than the law enforcement officers who
Yeah.
interacted with this young man. But the sad part is you locked the school down with the shooter in it.
That's
You
crazy.
don't lock the school down before the shooter gets in it, but after he's in it, you lock the school down with him inside the school. And then you wait an hour on the federal government to come in and help you with your problem. As he has his way for an hour in the school, killing 21 people.
I just think that there are so many fixes, easy fixes, that could have prevented that. Starting with locking the doors. I mean, the school that my kids go to, and even the school that I used to go to, all the doors are locked. When you go to the front, you have to be buzzed in to even get into the school. So I'm pretty sure that at the front door, you have to be buzzed in.
It's possible.
All the other doors, you have to be buzzed in. So there's one thing. The other thing is that I'm not like against metal detectors going into schools. You don't really hear about school shootings inside of the schools in, the hood. Like you're not gonna get into the school with a gun.
But
it's
you know
metal
what?
detectors everywhere.
You know what the problem is? If we were to put some type of control on access to assault rifles, if you think about the firepower that an assault rifle has, you would have to arm your local law enforcement with it. You can't give them a Glock that has a clip with 20 bullets in it or 10 bullets in it or
I don't
8
think
bullets
that's gonna-
and then give somebody access to an assault rifle and don't give it to the cop.
I don't think that's going to solve the problem, because even in Columbine, they had, you know, they had like shotguns and they had like pistols, like they had handguns. So if you go in with a handgun, you still a problem. If you go in with a handgun, you go in with a duffel bag, you already got your clips set. So you take one out, you put another one in, you good to go. So it's a gun problem, period. It's a gun problem, period. So what needs to happen?
So why are other countries not having this mass shooting problem?
They don't have
at
no
their
guns.
schools? Well, maybe we should start there.
So when is this gonna happen? First of all, it's no way that the federal government is going to be knocking on doors and try to confiscate weapons.
No, that's not the solution. The solution is not go take up everybody's guns.
So what's the solution?
That's not the solution. The solution is to reduce the legality on the firepower that gun has. You need to be in the military or you need to be in war to be able to use that type of weapon. But I shouldn't be able to, as an 18-year-old that has some kind of mental health history going on, because based on conversations with some family members, the grandmother was afraid of him. She got shot too, because remember, he shot the grandmother at his house before he started shooting everybody else. There was gunfire also at some funeral, or at a gravesite, at a funeral, something like, which was 10 minutes from the school. But my point is, it's easier for him to get a gun than for me to get him mental help.
But Marsha, let's just say he doesn't get diagnosed. Let's say you don't get diagnosed. Let's say you 21. Let's say you 25. Let's say you don't get an AR. Let's say you just get a pistol. Like, it's still the same problem. So I think the solution is being prepared for these moments.
No, because the firepower that can go through the door and through walls and through one child and hit another child, you cannot get that kind of firepower from a pistol.
If I slide through the back door, I come in, I got my gun. Nobody in the school has a gun. No, and I see kids and I start shooting them one by
but
one.
I have a chance with you having to go pop, pop, pop to attack you. Probably still get shot, but now you haven't killed all the kids, and now I can still live. But when you're talking about letting off 40 rounds in 2 seconds,
they don't go like, no. The ARs you don't let off 40 rounds in 2 seconds.
I think the question
one
is
bullet per
more the distance, right?
That too.
You
can kill so many
power is the
people.
distance, right? And the handgun, Ray survived his gunshot from a handgun.
But we talking about kids though. We talking about shootings. And in Columbine, they had handguns, and they still took out people. I feel like it don't matter what gun it is. So what needs to happen? Because even if they made it so that you can't get an AR-15, even if that's the case, but you still can get a handgun, and you still got the issue, and you still feel like you want to shoot the school up, you still gonna shoot the school up. But it's also
still like, I feel like it's still a conversation of magazine size, because you're gonna get smaller magazines.
And do you know that you can get a large magazine and put it in a handgun?
But that's what we're talking about.
But
what I'm saying is that if I got magazines on deck,
I'm
coming in.
That's
with
my
that
point.
mindset of shooting.
Reduce the firepower.
What I'm saying is that, for example, with my 380, if I preset my bullets, I got 8 in here, I got 8 in there, preset, I only got 8. But I'm at a place where I'm gonna take everybody out. It's a very easy transition to put it in there.
It's harder because while you're transitioning, somebody's going to jump you.
Yeah.
Just like how they jumped the people on the flight. You remember that flight that was coming down, and the guy's like, "Let's go take them."
Box cutters.
No, but think about it. It gives you time. If they had an AR up there, nobody could have jumped them.
But I guess my problem is that one gun, period, can cause damage.
We are not disputing that. We know what guns do.
So I think
our point though,
short.
No,
it's short.
The firepower and the distance of the firepower is what you have to get rid of. And the magazine size, the amount of arsenal he can have in one magazine is what you have to do, because so that the people who are trained to intervene can intervene. If he didn't have the kind of firepower he had, them coward ass cops wouldn't have ran. But when they hear that pop, 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 and they hear that kind of power coming, why did they run?
Why did they weak as hell?
That's my point. That's my point.
But Marsha, it don't go pop, 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 pop.
Let me tell you something. That's why black men getting shot in their back, because we got coward ass cops.
That's true.
You're not trained and you're coward as hell. So you have to shoot somebody in the back running from you. You've got a mass shooter in a school. You got nothing but kids in there, and you lock him in there with the children. You lock him in there with the children for an hour. Nobody thought, I'm just going to have to die today. Oh, that uniform is a costume.
Well, I'm just
that
saying,
uniform is a costume. I'm just wearing this. I play a cop.
I'm just saying, like, I know for sure that if you don't stand for nothing,
you're going to fall for everything.
Right.
Because think about it. The
and
parents,
if you don't have nothing to
no, but
live
there was
for,
a parent
you don't
video.
have nothing to die for. What
Think
you
about
even
it.
out
The
here
parent
for?
was videotaping and saying, go in.
First of all,
go in. And
that
then,
parent weak as hell.
No, they were stopping
I'm
the
not
parents
about to
from
be-
going in.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying, you're not about to stop me from going to save
No,
my kid when I see that you standing there.
You would be stopped by a
But
bullet.
that's what I'm saying. I would rather be stopped because it don't compute like that for me. It don't compute like that. I'm instant. I may lose, I may win, I don't know. But
so
I'm
you would
instant.
lost. You would have lost.
And I'm okay with that.
You would have
Because
lost.
I can't sit here and stand with the hope of maybe somebody's
lost.
gonna come. I will.
They were
lose,
fighting.
though.
Some of them
I
were
would
fighting
lose,
because
though.
I saw
But look,
scuffles in
I
the
would
video.
if I'm gonna lose my kid, I'm gonna lose my kid. So I'm gonna sit here and be like, well, I hope they do their best job. I just know
They were
how I am.
arguing and they were fighting,
I'm not-
but they were scuffled and they were held
me out.
because I could see some of them on the video.
Take me out.
Getting taken out.
Take me
Choked
out.
out
Choke
is what
me
was
out.
happening.
Choke me out.
So you'd have been
Shoot
one of
me
the people
down.
on the floor choked out.
Arrest me.
But
I'm
you
not
still wouldn't have
sitting
gotten in the
on
building.
Sidelines holding no phone.
You
First of all,
still
if there's a
would not
shooting,
have gotten in the building.
If there's a shooting,
That parent did not
If there's
have
a
anybody.
shooting-
I don't think the guy who was recording had any kids in there. His house, I think, was in close proximity.
if there's a
to
shooting,
the circumstances.
I'm coming with the guns. Okay, I'm coming with the guns. If my kid is in the school, I'm coming with the guns. I'm texting her like, "Where your ass at?" Straight up.
She can't answer you, baby.
She can text me.
She cannot answer you. Kids try to call 911.
Do they?
There were children who tried to
shut
call.
Down they shut down the communication. Or something?
I don't know about the
Is that what they
communication.
do?
What they did was they used the microphone to let everybody know what they were trying to say.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
That is
like I don't play that.
What kids were trying to call. One of the little girls that died, the story was that she was trying to call 911. And the kids, it's heart wrenching.
That's what I'm saying. I'm texting.
One
my
child was saying,
with her cell phone.
I played dead.
Where are you at? Where are
She
you at?
can't answer you.
She can text back.
She cannot text you
Why
back.
did kids text back when you on the plane? You about to die? You texting? They gonna text back.
That's because
kids
there's
was
not
texting
bullets
back in Sandy Hook.
coming at you in the plane.
I don't know if she in the classroom, around the corner. I don't know where she at. But I'm saying like
would not be getting
where
a
you at?
text back.
Oh.
The children were saying, you
I'm
better
in
be
there.
playing dead. You better not be texting on your phone. One little boy
Well,
played dead. That's how he survived. Everybody
a
else in
girl,
his
'cause she
classroom.
put-
There's a little boy too.
Oh, okay.
He was interviewed this morning and
Yeah.
he was with his legs, propped up in his little interview. And I felt so sorry for him. He was like, I played dead.
Yeah,
But he
I
still
know
got
the little
shot.
Girl, she took the blood from her friend and put it on her and played dead too. Like these kids,
They were resilient.
resilient.
Yeah, they were.
They were powerful.
They were.
They were not cowards.
They were. They were brave.
A coward is gonna have to take me down for
They
me
were
not to
brave.
get my kid. Period.
They were brave. I just
Period.
don't understand how the law enforcement officers got this totally wrong. They could have saved lives. In my opinion, you could have saved lives. We didn't have to lose 21 people. And then that tragedy is compounded by the husband of one of the teachers who was shot and killed.
Yeah.
He had a heart attack. So now the 4 children are orphans. Mom is gone, dad is gone.
So here's a thing. So do you think that teachers should be able to, if they want to?
If a teacher's comfortable, I think they're going to have to be armed. If we're not going to pass any laws, any gun control laws,
Yeah.
if we're going to say Wild Wild West, now the teachers are going to have to be armed. If they're comfortable being armed, trained to be armed, they give them to judges.
There's
Judges
a,
get elected. They give the judge a gun. And they say, are you comfortable carrying this? And the gun, she can either go get trained and carry it, or she could just take it and not be trained and carry
There's an
it.
organization called FAST out of Ohio who, because of the Sandy Hook situation, they created this a nonprofit that goes in and trains teachers and
How to use a weapon.
how to use weapons and how not even just how to use weapons, but also like how to do medical support and everything up to so that when they're coming in, you're not taking out dead people, you're taking victims because you did tie them up and did this and did
Right.
all the things to prep them before they get to
So they teach them how to provide assistance.
yeah. So
I just...
I'm telling you, if I'm a teacher, I'm gonna have to sign.
First of all, they're quitting at record numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
They're resigning. Those who can retire are retiring. Those who can change careers are changing careers because they don't feel protected. And I agree with them. They're not protected. Legislators who are supposed to be passing laws to make sure that they are protected and that the children are protected are supposed to be doing that. And they're not doing it. They have thwarted their responsibilities. And I'm hoping that the voters will say, 80 something percent of the people want some type of reform. That's the numbers right now. 86%, 89. Those are every number I've seen of people polled is in the 80 something percentage of people asking, do something. And I don't understand how the majority of the people want something done. And you got 50 people or 100 people, in DC saying, sorry.
Because it's just I just feel like it's like a political football. It's just, we gonna run on this, but we're not really gonna do anything. We gonna run on it, but we're not gonna. It's just one of those topics. We gonna run on it, but we're not gonna really do nothing.
Right.
When the time that it's been the same issue forever, and the Democrats have had a majority. The Republicans have had a majority. The Democrats had a majority to do gun control. The Republicans had a majority to do abortion stuff. So it's just. Let's just talk about it so that when election time comes, we can have something to argue about and so that you can vote for me. So I don't think anything's going to happen. I don't think that Democrats really want to vote for it. I don't think that Republicans really want to vote for it. I just think it's going to be kicked down. It's going to be just another reason for us to be arguing about what they're going to do.
What I find the hypocrisy is in that you don't want me to have a choice on whether or not to have the child. But after I have the child, you want the person to have a choice to carry a gun and go in a building and kill it.
I believe that
That's where I
everybody
have a
should be
problem.
carrying the guns. If everybody carrying the guns, the person who is going into a room about to shoot up everybody would be like, hold up. If everybody has a gun, I might not be able to win this one.
I don't think that's going to be the solution. Okay. If everybody's breaking into everybody's houses, we don't have to worry about crime in this neighborhood.
It's not the same. It's not the same. You'll think twice.
We're just going to break in
You'll
each other's
think twice.
houses and take what we want.
If you know that teachers are armed, if you know that there are cops, there are it's like a bank. Ain't nobody running up in the bank trying to rob the bank.
I think they are.
What I'm saying is, unless you're a professional, you're not running up in the bank.
What I'm saying,
They don't run, they walk.
Is an arms race, a literal arms race.
Yeah.
Where the arms race is, the bad guys are looking for, all right, y'all got guns? Well, guess what? I'm going to
But the
configure
bad guys
mine.
already getting guns.
No, but I'm going to configure mine so that it's automatic. All right. So, I mean, what I'm saying
The
is
bad
you're
guys
not
The levels,
developing
the
a
levels will
solution.
never stop.
But
The
what
levels
we
will never
gotta
stop.
realize is it don't matter how much you regulate it.
No.
How did the
But
guns-
I'm saying the bad guy purchased the gun. The bad guy who's robbing you
Yeah.
and not killing you and just taking the goods
Correct.
isn't going to kill you.
What I'm saying is
the active shooter who's taking out multiple people is the one who went to the store, said,
Bought
hey,
it.
You know what? You see them 2 ARs up there?
I'll
They
take
look
those.
really nice.
Well,
Can
your
we
Kyle
get those?
Rittenhouse, he didn't buy it for himself. He had somebody else buy it
yeah,
for him.
but
So
somebody
all
bought
I'm
it.
saying is that if you want a gun to do what you want to do with it, you'll find a way to do what you're going to do with it. It don't matter how many laws you create. If you want a gun to cause a problem, you can take your daddy gun.
But that doesn't.
You can have all the mental health issues. Like, are we gonna go and all right? We need to know your family mental health. We know this, and this, and this, and this. And
No,
you
what
got-
we
your
have to
daddy
do-
got AR-15.
what we have
you
to
running
do-
up, grab your daddy AR-15 and do the
Let me
exact same
propose
thing.
this solution and ask if you guys think about this. Everybody's concerned about one of the excuses they use is immediate protection, right? So I don't see an issue with giving same day handguns, but you're asking for an assault rifle that is long range that you're talking about. In fact, I'm okay with the shotguns too, right? For home protection, personal protection. You can have those the same days as soon as we do this background check and check if you got records.
Right.
Right? We're going to do that. We're going to plug your name in the system. If it comes back as, hey, this is clean, all right, here's your same day gun. For an AR, go get a license for it.
Yeah.
If you're hunting and you're a hunter, go get a license for it. What I'm doing is you're putting at least a stopgap between, all right, I'm responsible. I know how to do this gun. So even if Kyle goes and gets his friend's gun or whatever, we point to the responsible person. We're limiting the access. It shouldn't be that an 18-year-old the same day can go pick out his AR and not wait a week to make sure we did a full background check on this dude and saw, wait, you went to see a doctor for who and what? about when?
Well, one of the proposals is that the family members can say there's something going on with you, because the grandmother and the grandfather, if they had options, I think they would have ratted
How
him
they
out.
gonna get around the Second Amendment when it comes to that?
No.
I'm saying I've already
we got to
given
get
you
around
your
it with
gun.
mental health. So she is
But I'm
talking about
the grandmothers. If the grandmother says it, but here's
no. The grandmother could expose the mental health issues that would prevent you, this 18-year-old, from ever owning a
But what
firearm.
if she don't have any evidence of that?
I think you guys might be missing a point. There's other countries that have almost as many guns as America, but I think because America doesn't have any social safety nets for people, they usually just spiral into the point they buy a gun.
That is true, because you call defects on defects,
That's
and
true.
you should not have
I
had to
didn't
do
have
that. You should be able to call and say, hey, I need assistance. Let me tell you something. Mental health is completely, what we do in this country is criminalize mental health. And I'm telling you, I have clients where I'll go to court and I'll say, they're not on their medicine. Give them a bond, give them ankle monitors so the parents can get them to their medication. And they're like, nope, no bond. And then I'm going, okay, so are you going to give them the medication?
Nope.
We'll get around to it. You'll go back and you'll meet with the client a week later and you're like, hey, did you get your medicine? No. And you can slowly see the person deteriorating, and you want to keep him in custody, but you don't want to provide the services that he needs because you don't consider mental health. And that's why when they had the campaign, the first lady had the campaign last month and said, or the month of May, and said mental health is health. I was like, yes, finally somebody realized that. Even health insurance, I used to work in health insurance, and health insurance covered this much mental health. You get 2 therapy sessions and that's it. How is that going to fix what the problem is? Do you feel like you want to kill yourself? No, I'm good. Hey, she's been talking about it. She's been saying stuff about it.
Quiet as it's kept, it could actually save you money, because if you handle the mental health issues, it may not, with the depression or the sadness or whatever you're going through, that might not stimulate a cancer, ulcer,
something.
or this or that.
Something, or a shooting, a mass shooting. Hello? It could cut down on a shooting.
I think another, I know I've heard somebody, it was some Republican senator say, oh, it's because we're so woke or whatever, and we don't treat, Christian values or whatever. But it's just funny because in my eyes, it's really, when you look at the list of people who are like, all right, this is the number of mass shootings per country. If you look at some of those countries, you realize that there's a high tax rate. Like, these people pay taxes for health, for, just like Mario was saying, those social nets, those kinds of things, that you're protecting the people in your community. And the Republican tagline is always no taxes. Just pay your individual thing. And that is the deterioration of community.
Correct.
If you don't feel like you're paying taxes to help each other be better, then like you don't care for the other person at all, because
it's sacrifices.
Well,
and we're so selfish now as a country that we don't sacrifice anything.
I'm just saying, like, we pay a lot of taxes.
No.
And
what I'm saying is,
and we give $80 billion to Ukraine, but we can't take care of 40.
Yes.
Okay.
44 to be exact, if you want to write
$4 billion to Ukraine.
Correct.
But we have
can't pay
issues
for mental
in
health
our own community.
Right.
Like, I'm over here looking at, I would rather take care of somebody's mental health in our own country.
Right.
Because in our own country, they shooting up the place.
I agree. Because my child would be safe at school if this young man was getting the mental health services
So
he needed.
it's not even about how much taxes. It's about what you're doing with the tax
what you
money.
have already.
I didn't gave you half my check.
No, but it's
What
clear
else
you
are we
have
doing?
some if you have $44 billion to give away.
Right.
So
How
it's
much
clear you
more
had
money
some.
do you have to take out of my check before I think that you're going to make the right decision? And then when you write this bill, it has all of this pork in it, and it got, let's give X amount of dollars to figure out why penguins like to hold hands with other penguins, and why we can give the money over here and give the money over there, and all this money is given, and it's still, and then people don't vote for it because you said something that ain't nobody gonna want to vote for real, but you put it on at the bottom, and they're like, well, I didn't vote it because of this, but now you disregard the whole thing. So let's be honest.
So, I mean, but here's where I come in and push back a little bit.
Push back now.
We're talking about corporation taxes. Corporate taxes could cover everything that you're just talking
correct.
about. The issue is, we pay our taxes, but like as individuals, high earners don't pay no taxes. Huge corporations don't pay any taxes. These are the things that we need them to
fix.
give back to the
Here's
community.
the thing. I think corporations should be taxed too. I'm not even taking that away. So I agree. However, when you are squalor with what you have, why am I going to trust you to do anything with anybody else? You're squalering the money that I'm giving you. You're not a good
but
steward.
that's a falsehood that someone created in your mind because you're paying a lot of taxes, and the gap that's left behind is the corporation.
Correct.
The corporation
That's who's
is
not
telling you,
paying.
40 billion going to Ukraine, 44 billion to be
But,
exact.
all right, see, this is the
44
reason why
billion to be
international. It gets very technical. Once
I
you
know,
start
but there's a
playing
lot
that
of
game.
things that is being that the
Wasted.
money is
There's a
being
lot of
wasted.
waste.
It's
There's a lot
not
of
like
waste.
it's
There's
not
a lot
like
of
it's
waste.
just the 44 billion.
No, let
They
me
was
tell you
wasting
something.
money prior to the 44
To be honest
billion.
with you, it's being wasted in a lot of government agencies. Here's what
But-
I mean.
but-
My mother is deceased, and I've notified the government that she's deceased. And at least for 6 months after her death, I'm still getting letters from Social Security Administration, and
think
they're
they
not
giving
sending
you checks.
No, they're not even giving you checks.
All I'm saying is this: is that if you're going to convince people that they should have corporations pay more taxes, what have you done to show that you actually done something so that I can hop on board with corporations paying more taxes?
Why wouldn't you flip?
Yeah.
Why can't we flip it the other way? Waste the corporation's tax money,
Yeah,
and
and
then
not
come
ours.
talk to me
Yeah.
about using
Stop
my
taking
money.
mine.
Because the PR is bad. Because when they start telling, oh, if we pay the taxes,
No, I'm saying
then you lose your
you're-
job. So if that's the messaging, the government's messaging is terrible. They have a bad track record.
The government doesn't have a message.
Exactly. Which is why it's terrible.
Yeah, so that's why you could have came up with
Which is
the
why it's
message.
terrible. But the
He
corporation
said, "Do you have a message for them?"
But the corporation does. So if the corporation is telling Mr. Everyday Joe that if we have to pay more taxes, you might lose your job. You know what I'm saying? Then Mr. Everyday Joe is going to go with the corporation.
Yeah, because
the
it's
corporation
being
is
sold to
telling-
him that if the corporation
Right.
has
But
paid
if the
taxes, he's
government-
going to lose.
and
Gonna
then-
cut it anyway.
And
That
then,
is correct.
And then the government, exactly. And then he still ain't got a job. But if the government is like, oh, we need to get more taxes so we can do these programs. But it's like, well, what you doing with the money I already have giving you? You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm not gonna come to the defense of a corporation.
No, me neither. I
Tax
can't
that-
defend no
I'm gonna say
corporation.
tax that corporation
And stop taxing me.
No, and me if you all want to play that
But that's-
game.
but you saying
and
it-
then tell me how. Let's work together to figure out how we wasting
But-
money.
Right.
but what
Because the
I'm-
corporation got enough money to
Yep.
investigate that. Hey,
That is correct.
y'all doing
Okay.
all this stuff.
I'm with that.
But what I'm saying is that you're trying to convince the opposite party. So the opposite party is saying, I don't want the
I don't wanna lose my
corporations to be
job,
taxed.
so don't let
I
the
don't wanna
corporation
lose my
tax.
job, so no, don't tax them. And lower taxes means I keep my job and I get bonuses. They're sold this dream.
Right.
So why would I vote against my dream? It's just like people who vote for Trump. If Trump is selling me these dreams, white people are great. Everybody's taking your jobs. And I'm a white person and I'll have a job. And I don't want nobody to take it. And I'm scared of everybody outside. I'm a xenophobe, but I don't really know that I am. But Trump said that if I vote for him,
Didn't
he's
we
gonna
talk
protect
about
it.
before the show started, dumb and fear?
Right.
How
But
dumb and
why would
fear
I
go
vote
together?
why would I vote against my interests? I'm not going to vote against my interests.
Because that's what you've been told, that it's in your best
Exactly,
interest.
because the message
But,
is out.
No,
Hey.
well, I mean, they held you hostage. The message
Correct.
isn't great. The messaging isn't great. Oh, we're gonna have to fire you. That's
But
not a great
again-
message.
No, that's not a message.
Again, if
It's
our
fear.
experience with the government has not been good, I'm calling defects on defects. And my experience with the
You're not
government
the only person
has
that has to
not
call
been
defects on
good,
defects.
right? Or I go to the post office and I can't do certain things, or the little interactions that I have with the government have been horrible. Why am I going to expect? Am I in the mic? Okay. Am I in the mic? Why am I going to expect that y'all gonna do something better outside of pushing whatever agenda that you have going on? You want me to vote for you because it's always been that. Vote for me so I can do this, but you never do what you say you're gonna do. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? I think the media is to be blamed for a lot of what this country is going through, because the salacious get to it first, push it out, watch the numbers, make the money, the ratings is really a problem. And I've seen it even in situations like this where they're interviewing the children. And I think some of the questions that the reporters are asking these children are so insensitive. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why wouldn't you interview around them? Why would you interview the actual victim? Interview, the aunt or the family PR person or, somebody who's not the person who's supposed to be grieving right now. And the child who's just witnessed their classmates, get gunned down in the classroom. That's what the media has got to stop. I know you're trying to get to the story first, and I know you want everybody to watch your channel to be the first, but I think it's so insensitive for these reporters. I saw one that I really was so angry because the father was able to speak, which I wouldn't have been able to speak. You understand? But the reporter, when he realizes that he's not getting the tears or the tear jerking that he expected to get from the father, because I was like, oh my God, he is so strong. He asked the man the ultimate question: if your daughter were alive today, what would you want to say to her? To me, that's inappropriate.
Yeah, you should Karen his ass.
That's inappropriate.
You should call his job and ask for his manager. When I see the shootings and when I see all of this stuff, and even I blame the media too, because even during COVID, when they was like, "We're about to take your guns," I was like, "Oh,
let me go get one."
This made me want to buy more guns. It did not make me want to say, "Hold up, gun control." It made me want to, I text you I'm buying a bulletproof vest. I'm going in.
You need one for the kids. Get a family pack.
My baby is going to get a bulletproof book bag.
You have to go to Costco.
Bulletproof book bag.
Or Sam's.
Somebody going to have.
Or BJ's. Somebody big.
Somebody.
Because you're going to need a family pack, man.
All day. And that's what it made me want to do. It made me want to get prepared.
So
it didn't make me want to say, hey, government who has been failing on everything else. Even your police officers, they did a stand-up job. How about I just rely on you to take everybody's gun or not allow them? They can't even agree on anything. So why would I wait for them to do anything? I want to go grab my own gun and let's do this.
So you're going to protect yourself.
You're
going to take the law into your own hands.
And then,
she needs to call me when she needs a bond.
Rather to be judged by 12 than being carried by 6.
Twofold question.
I'm ready when you are.
Hey,
you should have the phone number by heart.
I do know it.
Twofold question. Number one, interesting. You want to make the government make baby formula. Number one,
right?
Very interesting.
Right.
But
I want to protect myself.
I didn't say that. I said the government, which is another thing.
Why is there only 4 baby formula companies?
Slacking and lacking.
But I got this in the gun section.
They always on reactive instead of proactive, slacking and lacking. That's what I'm saying.
Why don't you run?
That is a good question. I should run. But
stop running home.
Let me say
I mean, run for office.
You really, in these days, you can't really run because they already got somebody chosen. You might as well not even.
No, you go out there and make the message you talked about. How the message needs to be right.
The Republican Party did not choose Donald Trump. You can never tell.
Donald Trump had his own money. You have to have money.
No. He had other people's money.
That's fine.
OPP.
Putin says right now this war was more expensive than Donald Trump. I should just stuck with him.
Listen, but that's the point. He had money backing him. If I had money backing me, I wouldn't mind running.
You can run
with all my scandals.
You can run.
I'm like, yep, I did it. So what?
You can run.
I sure did, but guess what? I like guns, and I get all the Republicans. Oh, she black.
And she like guns.
And she like guns.
Vote for her.
And then I just be voting all Democrat shit.
And then then you could just look like Herschel Walker. Blah, 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 blah,
no, you get in as a Republican.
Is that what
you
it
make
is?
Real change.
Let me tell you something. I don't want him to change nothing. Sir, please stay over there. I saw that man get interviewed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Herschel Walker, who is running for senator in the state of Georgia. Mm-hmm. I saw his interview after he won his little primary, which was a little primary. Okay?
It was bigger than Stacey's, who didn't run against
anybody. Was so little, it was almost a primary school. This fool sits in front of a camera and they started asking him about current events. What current events? The mass shooting at the school in Texas.
What did he say?
You see, what we got to do about that is we got to stop looking at the social media stuff, and the social media stuff is what's really going to, we have to look into the social media. I was like, what are you talking about? Why are you not informed? Why are you not articulate? Why do you sound like you have a concussion now on the camera?
He was a football player.
So he probably does have one.
Concussion. He probably has.
Well, honey, I'm going to need him to stay.
Call it CRT.
That's no. He called it CTR. So don't worry. He wants to be
What you call
senator.
it,
He wants to be
disease?
senator, but he does not have the acronym. Dyslexia.
No, not
No,
dyslexia.
CTE.
CTE. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he got CTR. Because I saw that blunder too. I cannot believe that people would vote for him. But guess what? They did. I don't see him
I just think they did it for the
joke.
for the optics.
Oh, okay. It's
Like,
funny.
Look, blacks, we got a black person.
Oh, okay.
I mean, in order to beat a black man,
Yeah.
you always go to the black man who ran in touchdowns.
Well, that's true too.
Because that means he can't beat him in a foot race, so he can't beat him in a Senate race.
Ah, you know what? I'm gonna drink to that. Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, suck it in, suck it and tuck it. All right, let's talk about Atlanta. APD charges are
I
dismissed.
thought we were staying with the politics.
Politics.
They showed it a
And this is-
whole. Well, are we going there?
Oh, let me tell you something. This is politics.
Are we going?
This
Are we
is
gonna go
politics. We're about to go to politics. That's what we're getting ready to go to.
Okay.
So,
Oh, wait.
The
Are
elected-
so we're gonna get off of the elections.
oh, you want to talk about the elections?
Yeah, I think we should talk about the
Go ahead
elections,
and
and then
talk
we
about
can
the
go into the
elections, girl.
politicking
Well,
of the results of when you put people in office.
Go ahead and talk about the elections.
So
You're talking about the primaries in the state of Georgia.
I'm talking about the primaries in the state. Of
Okay,
Georgia.
tell the listeners what you want to say, Diva.
I'm just gonna say this is that this is the first time. Well,
Maybe the second.
It's already off
Hey,
the train
hey,
track.
hey, the
This ain't
tracks
train.
is lifted and
said,
we are off to the races.
this is the first time that I've known that. Okay, so you know how you have a presidential election. I know this is a gubernatorial
This is a
race.
primary.
It's a
I
problem.
understand that. I'm talking big picture. So, you know, in a presidential election, when you are already the incumbent, right? You know, they already default to you. They don't say, let's run a little primary. They tend to
Nah,
just
Bush
default.
had somebody run on him.
Did he? Do you know who his name is?
I mean, that's the whole point.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
So if you have somebody already on the job, it's kind of tough to get the momentum behind somebody
Right.
else, especially if they're doing a good job.
I just feel like, again, we have no choice in this particular race. Just like I felt like we didn't have a choice in the presidential race when it went from Bernie Sanders. He was winning. And before we even got to Georgia, so I could vote Andrew Yang, even though I knew he probably wasn't going to win, but I did like him. And I thought his ideas were great, which some of them they kind of implemented.
Wait, are you saying Biden implemented some ideas
Wow.
that you enjoyed
I
that
said, no,
came
this
from
was
Andrew Yang?
Wow. So he must be working with the other side and across the aisles.
Trump, because Trump was this.
Oh,
was
you're
this
trying
the-
to steal the victory
this was
from the
Biden. This
Biden.
was Biden. This was Biden. I'll give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
It was in between Biden and Trump because it was like a transitional time. So
Oh.
I mean, that's what elections are, so I believe you.
yeah, so it was in that time because this is, you know, Andrew Yang was talking about let's cut checks, you know, so that people can start investing and doing things to benefit themselves. And then during COVID, they end up kind of cutting checks. So
Okay.
that,
You know Trump's name was on that check, right?
yes, I got my Trump check. Shout out to Nene. I got my Trump check. But Biden did it kind of, he came in and he kind of continued that. So, you know, whatever. But I didn't have a chance to vote for Andrew Yang because they shut down our primary before you even had an option to even vote for who you wanted to vote for. And honestly, Bernie Sanders was in the lead. And then they shut it down and you couldn't even vote because by that time, Joe Biden won the race. And so, yeah, that happened. Look it up.
That's not how it works.
Oh, but it happened.
No.
Look it up.
What happened is he won some crucial primaries up north that happened before Georgia. And Andrew Yang and Bernie Sanders and some of the other candidates withdrew from these states.
Yeah, he won some crucial. Yeah, okay, if you say so. He had so much momentum, and then all of a sudden, Bernie Sanders like, I'm just gonna step out.
No, it's
And once
because
he stepped
he
out-
had that one race in the South. in
South Carolina.
Right.
One race.
And he did not do well. And they said, it's not going to get any better.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta know when to hold them.
I understand.
Know
that.
when to
But
fold
at the
them.
end
If
of
you
the day,
understood
they
that,
stopped
then you knew
democracy.
that why he-
Know when to walk
When
away.
I say I understand that, I understand that happened, not the fact that I understand why it happened, because I don't trust them. You know?
Okay.
I think somebody was stuffing the
No, no,
ballots.
no.
I'm not finished yet. You're out of order. No, you're out of order. And I'm not finished. But the point is that I didn't get a chance to
Look,
choose who I want to
What
choose.
number do they
Y'all
say you
keep
call
on
for
saying-
mental health?
I don't want to drink to that. But all I'm saying is that y'all keep saying, oh, they done vote. But every time I get an opportunity to vote, there's no opportunity to vote. So all I'm saying is Stacey Abrams, when she ran, I don't have no problem with Stacey Abrams. I just don't like that I don't have an option.
You have one. Write yourself in.
Waste of time.
Write yourself in. Then run against Stacey.
You know,
Run
people pay
against
a
her.
lot of money to go to fancy restaurants. Have you been to a fancy restaurant before?
Nope. Nope.
That murdered everything I was doing. But at fancy restaurants, they
have
give you a choice. They
not.
have a menu that's
She-
free.
I
She
don't
went to a
know
fancy
You went to a
restaurant.
wedding,
what
right?
fancy
She went to a wedding.
restaurants.
She went to a wedding.
I don't believe in
Hey,
marriage.
look,
and I don't go to
she
fancy
had
restaurants.
she had a wedding herself, chicken or
You don't
fish.
get a choice, right?
I had a buffet.
Chicken or steak. Which one did you choose?
I had the buffet.
I had fish.
You want
I
chicken?
think you're a joke.
You want chicken or steak? You'll have fish.
As the person who was let's see, there you go. As the person who was running the show, I gave them the choices. And let's bring that analogy back to the Democratic Party. We gave them the choice. Your choice is Stacey Abrams. Period. Point blank. All I'm saying is why wasn't we didn't have the option. I don't have the option.
Okay, you didn't have the option because other individuals chose not to run.
Who does that in a
You
big
did
state
that.
like Georgia? Like
You.
who does that?
You did that. You did not want to run. I did not want to run. No one in
So I
my
blame
family
you, 'cause
want to
it's more
run.
likely that you it's more likely that you could have won, got a lot of money, and you know the law, and you speak very well. All you had to do was run. You could have won. They would have been like, Stacey Abrams, who? Look at this Marsha character.
Why can't you run? You bring so much
because-
life to the voice of the
Listen,
people.
if this podcast pop up and I get name recognition, if I get name recognition,
You
I'll
gonna run.
I'll run.
You can make your name famous or infamous.
How you do that? All I'm saying is that there was just no option. Period. So, by
Well, you know what the
default,
good news is? Even if the option is steak or fish
you still got,
or
you still
or
got
chicken, you still got something to eat.
democracy at its
So
finest.
just consider Stacey salmon. Salmon is good for you. Got omega-3 in it. And if she becomes governor, you'll be healthy. How about that?
And like in my mind is like I wanna like the only reason why I vote for Stacey is because she's a black woman.
No, you're gonna vote for her because she was.
I'm being honest.
Boots on the ground.
Okay.
She was boots on the ground. You got to give credit where credit is due. Come on now. She did not go in a corner and coil up when she lost, when it was stolen. Right? She said, "I will not get bitter. I will get better." You changed the I to a E. Okay? She changed the bitter I to a better E. And she went to work. What did she do? She went grassroots. Sign them up. You're 18, you're ready to vote. You're 18, you're ready to vote. You're 18, you're ready. She did the groundwork
she
to the
stuffed the
point where,
She stuffed the ballot.
thank God she ain't had no ballots to
You
stuff.
know young people gonna vote
No,
Democrat.
but think about
so
it.
You stuffed the ballot.
She did the groundwork though, because rumor.
but
if-
that to me that don't mean you're
No,
gonna
no,
be
no.
a great governor.
Listen to me. If you go by the history, right, you will know that it's not even rumors, but the numbers show that African American people don't show up to the polls, right? She got them to register and she got them to show up. There is something about that, because for Donald Trump to have lost the state of Georgia that he should have won, and if you listen to even Republican political commentators, they will tell you that Georgia should not have been a state that was up for grabs, okay? But she did that, and you have to give her credit for doing that.
Well, I mean, she had her own selfish reasons. But again,
What? Because she want to be governor?
because she want to be governor.
And because you want choices, but you don't want
wanna be
her?
governor. It ain't.
So do you? All right, 2 questions.
2? You mean several?
Coming back with 2.
We don't have enough time.
All
we
I'm
gotta
saying is,
skip it real quick.
Stacey
She
Abrams got
takes all
my
the time telling us about all this.
Stacey
Hello?
Abrams got my vote the last time because she was black.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. The only reason why I voted for her.
That's fine. I'll rebut that doesn't prove she's governor. It takes a lot of manpower. It takes a lot of organization. It takes a lot of people getting stuff done and organizing in order for someone to actually attain all those people to get registered and provide a way for them
Well,
to get to
according
their
to Trump, it
polls.
was fraud in the election.
And unlike Michigan, they're not forgeries.
I guess you could transition
Shout out to
into
Michigan.
that one. Go ahead.
Okay, what are we talking about, listeners? We're talking about Michigan, the
called?
gubernatorial race in Michigan. 5 Republican
Wait, say
candidates.
Michigan again?
5 Republican candidates were disqualified because they had fraudulent forged signatures to qualify. You have to have 15,000 people that support your running to get on the
Can you
ticket.
do that on Facebook?
And what happened is, in the state of Michigan, they decided
To all.
to all go
use
get the same
same
15,000 forged
No,
documents.
no.
From the same signature grabber, right?
Canvasser.
No.
Canvasser.
They all hired the same company who was supposed to go out and grab 15,000 signatures.
Right, but
they
instead-
got 15,000 signatures for the same group and passed it on.
Why do that when you have a copier?
Copy.
Xerox can help you get those 15,000.
I wonder-
Why would you knock on all those doors?
I wonder if they did that or if they just started writing it down.
Well, according to the story or the reports, they don't believe that the candidates were involved, but they disqualified the candidates by vote
As they
anyway.
should.
As they should, because if you don't have 15,000, the rule says you should have 15,000 to qualify to run.
Yeah.
And if you don't have 15,000 independent, live, living people who signed, then you should not be qualified.
So should the rule be like, hey, are we your only clients? I'm sorry, we can't discuss that with you.
That just now this is a good example of how you aren't effective as a governor, because if all of y'all go into the
Same person. What is
I
that?
think some of them should have called Stacey.
That's correct. Because Stacey knows how to get signatures from real people. She don't need Xerox.
Dead or alive.
She don't need Xerox.
Listen,
She got her
she
people.
counted how many votes she lost by, and she went
Hey.
and found double that amount.
Yes, she
and
did.
made
She
sure.
said this will not happen again.
I hope this translates to her winning, because if not, she just wasted her time.
No, she didn't waste time. She got this state. Trump is.
I mean,
not
think
win.
about it. Warnock is about to win his Senate
Yes, he
seat
is.
again,
Yes, he
and
is.
that's because of Stacey.
It's some good things coming out of it.
I'm just
And
saying,
you know what?
but
Let's give Trump
she
some
didn't
credit.
do it.
If Trump didn't say,
All I'm
"Hey,
saying
All
is-
that
this
craziness?
ain't real," this
Yeah.
All
is
I'm
like-
saying is
Remember,
this.
Trump kept his voters home too.
All-
It's fake. It's forged.
All
It's
I'm-
not real. Don't code.
All I'm saying is this.
All
If
we need
she
him to
don't
do-
Win, if she don't win, then she wasted a lot of time.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She's
I mean,
effective.
Are
She's
you
effective.
gonna help her with?
I might, because I don't never want to see a good black woman go down. But Kim did make that one law that I liked.
Which one?
Just the one. The 17 other ones.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
sure,
like
but
the
that
one-
one.
Two.
Hold
There's
on.
two
I know
laws.
which one she liked. The one where the plantations was in the picture in the background, and the 8 or 9
Listen,
white men were standing
they got
in the
an
room.
apartment called Plantation something. That's a Southern thing. So I don't, you know.
You like
They
the
got
one?
Confederate flags down here. That's a Southern thing.
Oh,
So,
you like the water bottle?
what water bottle?
No water bottle at the polls.
That's okay. For the record, if you are in a campaign, you cannot give water to someone in line.
Granny's
However,
dying
if you're
of
a
thirst.
random person,
Grandma. It's
bring
hot
your
out here.
grandmama some water.
It's hot out
Or
here, Grandma.
Go.
I'm not going to jail for giving grandma water.
It's not how it goes. We already looked that up. We already looked it up. It don't go like that. It don't go like that. I just want to give myself a pat on the back
Grandma.
because I have not left this microphone. I'm just
Look,
saying.
Grandma, I feel sorry for you, but I can't give you no water. I can't go to
That's not how it works. It don't work like that. Anybody can give grandmama
Yeah,
water as
nah,
long as
Grandma,
they're
you
not
don't
a
have to
part
be
of a
thirsty.
campaign.
Grandma, you going to wait till you get to the house?
As long as you're not a part of the campaign, anybody can
Look
give
here, Grandma.
water.
We're going to stop by the hospital and get your IV on the way home after we
Lies
vote.
and deceit. Okay.
After we vote,
So,
Grandma.
2 laws that I do like. Mm-hmm. I like the fact of the citizen arrest has been revoked. I like that. And I like that it was done prior to a verdict. I also like I don't have to have my concealed Kelly
Don't
concealed.
conceal them Kellys now.
I was
Them
I had,
blondes
hold
better
on.
be out.
Mental health is a real thing. I have a dyslexic moment.
No,
and
ma'am.
you-
No, ma'am. No. Oh, she.
Yeah, they're called Machine Gun Kelly, so she good.
Shut up. My concealed carry license. I don't have to renew it. That's one less thing I have to do. Yes. I like that.
So you had a problem with going down there, taking pictures and being fingerprinted,
They
and not
take
being
so
a felon?
long, man. They take so long. I need to get my gun same day.
I like
I
a
need to get
carry
my
permit.
AR-15
I like
same
a
day.
carry permit. I have a carry permit, and I had no problems with having to follow the rules
I had my carry
and to be
permit. It took them
vetted
3 months
to get it.
And it took them 3 months. It don't take that long.
So you don't like the little paper one they give you to take with you until they get the plastic one?
They didn't give no paper one.
Yeah,
Oh, they
did.
saw your background check. Okay.
So why did they give me one then?
Because they couldn't hold it after they
Yeah,
talk to your mental health provider.
Yes. It's like,
Oh, do you know?
guys, you sure we can't hold this?
There's a
I
federal
can't.
law that if within 5 days, if your background check does not come through, you can get a gun. Did you know that?
Oh, I wasn't aware.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a
it
whole
sounds
thing.
fair. I
I'm
just
not
like
really.
the same
I'm not really into gun laws, other than the ones I follow in my state when I want to carry, which I don't need to do
Do
anymore.
you follow gun laws?
I follow gun laws all the way to the courthouse.
I wasn't gonna say that.
I'm gonna close the show on that one right there.
That's an inside joke.
Hey, I have to close the show on that one, people. She cannot speak again, and we will drink into that.
Definitely.
Don't forget to look for our episodes each week.
Yeah.
Find us on Spotify,
Spotify,
Apple Podcasts,
Apple,
and Google Podcasts. And don't forget to look for our video.
Google us. Is that better?
That sounds like a weird name, doesn't it? Google us.
Google us.
Miss Google us.
Hey, Miss Google.
We need you to
Sound
subscribe.
like a teacher, like a
subscribe.
science teacher name.
Can I close the show?
Go for it.
Can I close
I guess
the
I should
show?
shut the hell
You
up.
wouldn't let me open it, and now you won't let me close it.
I'ma leave the door open.
Oh my word. Okay, we closing this door for real now. Please don't forget to subscribe. Catch our videos on YouTube every Wednesday when we push them out. And our sponsor, go check out Cutie Nails
Hey,
and Spa.
cutie. How you doing?
And based on all the wheels that just came off, we will drink to that. You can't say I ain't knocked that out the park.
You did an excellent job. You did an excellent job. We got to drink to that.